You looking to step up your joinery game? Maybe make some pocket holes and see if Kreg's products are as good as everybody says they are? Well, I'm curious too. I bought myself some new Kreg products and I'm going to try them out for you today. Welcome back, everybody, to The Art of Doing. We seek to inspire you to practice doing new and different things, discover new passions, and explore new curiosities. If this is your first time here, I'd love for you to consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell. Make sure you never miss any new content. As you know, I'm all about inspiring people to do new, different things, and I'm on that discovery myself. I've never done pocket squares before. If you've been following me so far, you've seen a lot of the projects that I've built as I'm starting to discover new things. And if you saw my garage shelf build, the loft build I did in my garage, I'll give you a link up there if you haven't seen it. You'll see that my joinery is very Spartan. It's just to do the job, and it's not beautiful, clean, furniture-worthy joinery. Well, I am looking to step up my joinery game. I'm not sponsored by Kreg. I bought all these products myself. I've got if you have been following along, I've got a great Coop project that I'm working on, and I'm about to build the nesting boxes, and I really want to do some high-quality 90-degree joints on that, and I'll leave a link for the playlist for that up above as well. So I figured I'd try my hand at the Kreg pocket hole jig. This is the Kreg pocket hole jig 320. Let's bust it out and see how it looks. Okay, so what I've got here is the Kreg pocket hole jig, the 320. I've got some 2.5-inch specific made Kreg pocket hole screws, and for kicks I bought the Kreg clamp. I have some ratcheting clamps that I've been using by Bessey. They're about 1/3 of the price. I figured they would do the job, but just in case, and I wanted to see what the fuss was about, I picked up a Kreg clamp as well. But let's open this stuff up. Comes in a little plastic case. Nothing too special. Snap top. Some directions. Some indoor-outdoor screws and some indoor screws. This jig comes with, I guess they pop apart. This jig comes with 2 holes and a spacer, and it looks like you can take these off, just have the 1 hole, or take the spacer out, put the 2 holes close together. And I suppose you can expand by a second 320 kit and put additional holes on. Specialized drill bit opens the hole and then the hole for the screw. And this is a collar that also fixes your depth. You can see there's a hole in there. You can go from 1.5-inch, 3/4, and 1/2 inch. So the extended driver bit to put the screws through the holes. This, I think, is part of the clamp that clamps this down. And that's about all she wrote on the kit. Instructions, and the clamp is just a clamp. I bought the 6-inch. Figured I'd be reaching around to grab under the table and give myself a little extra length. If I was buying it, I figured I'd buy the longer one anyway. Let's put this together. I've got a couple pieces of scrap wood, and we'll try some out, see how I like it. Okay, let's take a closer look at what we have here. So taking a look at the directions, this is pretty simple. Thickness guide. This will drop this on top of your piece of wood, and it'll give you a quick idea of which settings to set the rest of this at. On the jig itself, you can see there's a little gray spot that tells you we're at a 3/4-inch thickness for wood. I'm going to be going into these 2x4s, so I need 1.5 inches. You pull up this tab and you snap it back until you feel it lock in on the 1.5 inch. The sturdiness on this is okay. I mean, it's made out of plastic. It seems sturdy enough for the price. I guess I could go either way. Let's see how it works. To take this apart, you take the pieces on your left, pull them back, and then you push them down. You can take these pieces off and reconfigure them. Like I said, if you buy a couple of sets, you can stack on, I guess, make this as long as you want. You can just use one singularly, take out the spacer, use two side to side, etc. I'm going to be using it in its normal configuration with two pocket holes and a spacer. There's rubber grips on the bottom to make it not slide on your piece of wood. This depth gauge that I showed you sliding back, put the depth gauge right up on your piece of wood, and then you're drilling into it that way, or up on the piece of wood this way, and then you're making your pocket holes here. This little guy is the universal clamp adapter. These are the ejection ports of the wood chips, so when you put this on, you make sure that you're not blocking those. I tried this out really quickly. It's a little bit janky. It doesn't really lock down super well, but to show you how it works, lock this down, and then you can slide this over, kind of clamp down that clamp. The Bessey works okay. That being said, the Kreg clamp actually does a great job. So I gotta say, out of these two type of clamps, I guess I'll be keeping the Kreg, albeit more expensive. And then your depth gauge also has a built-in Allen wrench, so you can change the depth. I don't know if you can see that in picture. The depth of the drill bit. So you just slide your collar up to the depth of wood that you like. Like I said, we're going 1.5 inches. Then crank it back down. Let's try out a couple of pocket squares and see how we like it. So, as I'm going to be setting up on my egg box, I'm going to be making a bunch of joints that look like this. You can also set them up to have this type of joint with the pocket hole in here. You could have the same joint with the pocket hole on the back side. You know, there's a bunch of different configurations that you could do with it. But this is the one that I'm looking to do mostly, so I'm going to set up with this. Let's bring in a drill. We'll set up just like this. Sliding around a little bit. See if it makes a difference if I go this way. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, so I should be able to drill this in until it hits this collar, and it's already figured the depth for us. Here we go. Oh, look at that. That's spun around already. Let's see if I can clamp this clamp down a little tighter. It's got a little pressure gauge here. Let's do a clean hole. Ooh, it's much tighter. Still too tight. Now let's try it. It bottomed out nicely. You can see in this dust there's a little bit of blue coming up. I mean, this is plastic, but it does have a metal sleeve to guide you in. I'll show you that when I'm done drilling. Drilled through easy enough. You can see the dust comes out. These are the plastic sleeves to bottom out. The metal sleeve rather, inside the plastic. That metal goes all the way down to the bottom. I don't know if you can see that in here, but the sleeve comes all the way down to the bottom, so it's pretty sturdy, and I like this rubber grip at the bottom. There's your holes, pretty clean. Let's throw a couple of screws in and see how it joins. Like I said, I brought the purpose-made Kreg screws. I bought indoor-outdoor because that's what I'll be using, obviously, for an outdoor coop. And you definitely want to clamp the project down so it doesn't slide or get offset as you're screwing it in. Take off the drill bit, go to the extended square head, That's nice. I'm just using this drill because it's handy. I should, I suppose, be using an impact driver, but I have this right here. See how it holds. As you can see, got a nice 90-degree join. It's definitely sturdy. Oh yeah. I mean, I could whack this with a sledgehammer, I suppose, and see how sturdy it is, but just by the pull test, this is in there super tight. I really do like this. When you're doing these pocket holes, obviously you want to hide these if you can. You work inside out and top to bottom. That's about it. That's about all I have. I think for the price, it is a bit pricey, but if I'm going to be using this a lot, I think it's going to save me a lot of time and make my joints a lot nicer looking and sturdier. If I was trying to toenail this in, this would be a lot rougher looking, and I really am impressed with how strong this is. I'm kind of giving it, I'm not trying to knock anything over here, but I'm giving it quite a bit of strength. For the price, I guess I like it. Just for use in this project alone, I feel like it's gonna pay off. And you'll see if you stay tuned for the rest of my Coop build, you'll see this in action. And before I continue, if this video has given you any knowledge, any value, please hit the like button, share this with your friends, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well. Now, my question for you is, does this look like something that's easy enough and worth the money to get into if you're going to make a little pocket squares or would like to step up that joinery game? Again, I'm not sponsored by Kreg in any way. I bought this all with my own money, but I am pretty pleased with the product, and I think I would remake this purchase if I hadn't already. I'll leave a link to all these products, as well as the Bessey clamps, which are great but not as great for this application, down in the description below. And I'll leave some links. If you are kind enough to click on the links, I will get a tiny amount from that, but again, not sponsored by Kreg in any way. This is an honest evaluation. Thank you for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. And let's always remember to practice kindness, let's practice compassion, and let's practice humility. And thanks for staying with me to help me practice the art of doing. Click the subscribe up there. Some good videos to watch over here. Thanks, everybody.